Hello, everybody. Captain Marty here. Thursday, September the 4th, and we are really getting tired of the wind on the Outer Banks. We did get folks fishing yesterday. Some of them had to really earn their catches. I'll tell you more about that when I come back in just a second.
Come and experience fishing for the whole family aboard the Crystal Dawn at Pirates Cove Marina in Manio. The Crystal Dawn is a roomy 65-foot headboat, fully equipped with the latest gear to give you the best fishing experience. Worried about getting seasick? Fear not. The Crystal Dawn stays in safer and shallower waters to lessen the likelihood of that happening. Half-day and private fishing trips are available. To find out more, go online to crystaldawnheadboat.com. The Crystal Dawn Headboat out of Pirates Cove. Fishing that is fun for all ages.
Are you ready for a fishing thrill like no other?
Oh, there he is! There he is! Oh, got him up!
As seen on WikiTune at Outer Banks, the Carolina Girl, captained by majestic Jesse Anderson, is a custom, luxurious 53-foot Jarrett Bay built boat running out of Hatteras Harbor Marina. Let Jesse and her crew give you a fishing experience of a lifetime. To book a trip, go online to CarolinaGirlSportFishing.com. Carolina Girl Sport Fishing, your offshore adventure awaits. Before we get started this morning, let's talk about our sponsors. We're really grateful for all the people that sponsor me. Some of them have been doing it for a long time. And without that, we wouldn't be able to provide this service to you for free. We're glad you're joining us this morning, and I always try to just paint a general picture of what's going on the Outer Banks. The Hatteras fleet and the Oregon Inlet fleet had a rough go of it. I talked to some folks down in Hatteras, Ron Whitaker, on the release. He dipped his bow 3 times offshore. Anytime one of these big Carolina boats dips their bow, and that means while you're slowed down fishing and a sea comes along that's big enough, you stuff the bow of the boat into it. And after 3 of those, he said, I've had enough. And he came in, had a few wahoo bites and a few mahi, but it was hard going for the Hatteras fleet. They've been catching some pretty good catches of dolphin. They've been doing pretty good on the wahoos and to a lesser extent some blackfin tuna, but that can be a rough hole when that wind gets running right into the current like it often does with the northeast wind. So that's all I have for the Hatteras fleet as far as that goes, but we'll get back to them when we start talking about the backcountry in the second part of today's report. The Oregon Inlet fleet had a few boats got out, and they had decent white marlin fishing and decent mahi or dolphin fishing, but there was only a few of them, and they also really had to earn their catch today as well compared to what it has been. Now, I really do believe we're going to have a great marlin bite when all the wind settles down. The Spanish mackerel and bluefish along the beach for our nearshore boats will be good. Plus, they've been catching drum on a pretty regular basis. So let's talk about where there have been some fish, and you could at least stand on terra firma, which would be a pier or the beach. Jeanette's Pier, a nice mixed day of bluefish, and they had a few Spanish, and then they had some bottom fish, pigfish and spot, and a few sea mullets primarily. There have been some big drum caught on all of our piers. Yesterday, there just didn't seem like there was all that many of them, but we've had some bull drum caught, especially after dark, on all of our piers, so that's going on. And down in Ocracoke, they had a real good day down there yesterday on bluefish and some puppy drum. And all of our areas are seeing not a lot, but a good quality of pompano. You got sea mullet, spots, croakers. If you're going to stand in the surf, you need to start being really careful about that, because when there's a big sea running, you don't want to be washed off your feet. But if it gets calm enough and you can hold bottom, the bottom fish are here. You want to fish close in the wash. And if it calms down, you'll have some of the best fishing of the year right now. So we'll take a little break, and I'm going to come back and tell you about some really good fishing back of Hatteras and Ocracoke in the Sound as we get into our backcountry report.
Electricity, something I don't mix well with at all, and that's why I only trust the folks at ELS OBX. ELS OBX offers a variety of services from custom electrical installations to lighting design. ELS OBX has the experience and know-how to complete any job. They're committed to providing the highest quality lighting and electrical installations or service at affordable prices. Visit them online at elsobx.com to get a brighter idea of how shockingly awesome they are. See what I did there? ELS OBX, electrical and lighting solutions you can count on.
So many of you know Captain Dickie Harris that runs the fantastic offshore charter boat at the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center, and Dickie doesn't get enough time fishing for a living, so he does a lot of fishing on his own. He comes over to Hyde County and fishes with Gray Davis, and they've been struggling a little bit more. I mean, they've been nailing them all summer long, but he came over and it was lukewarm fishing. The drum bite primarily over here was a little slower than it has been, but then he went down. He had family. A lot of our listeners will know where Odin's Dock is in Hatteras Village, in the breakwater right there. There's a big house they've rented for the week, which he said if he could own that house, he'd never leave it the rest of his life. But anyway, a couple things going on there. Number one, his son Matt, his grown son Matt, for 2 days in a row fishing on the dock right behind this house, caught a 10-pound flounder and a 5-pound flounder. So guess what they had for dinner last night? I'm going to say again because I know some ears perked up when I said that. At Odin's Dock in Hatteras Village, there's a breakwater. And right at that breakwater, there's a rental home. And I'm not in the real estate business, but this is a really good endorsement. He loves the home. He loved the fishing off the dock was really good. But even that was not enough. So they went out with a guide for a half day. And they went down on the south side of the inlet behind the shoals down there on what they call the reef. And they caught a bunch of big drum. Caught and released big drum on cut bait. And some of the biggest ones Dickie's ever caught. And just a big, beautiful fish. You got to let them go. But it's definitely a bucket list type thing. And the fishing was really, really good. So the guides down in Hatteras right now have the game in their favor. And there are Teachers Lair Marina, Hatteras Harbor, Odin's Dock. All those places have backcountry guides. And if it's too rough to get offshore, this is a great time to go inshore. And or backcountry and fish with these guides, because in addition to the big drum you'll have to let go, they're also catching some slot sized drum that you can keep one per person per day. They're catching some bluefish, which you can keep some of those. They're catching some speckled trout, and they're catching a lot of sheephead. So that might be something to look into next time you're in Hatteras Village. Good thing to think about. And the last thing, the Community Care Clinic of Dare is having their one-day 4th annual billfish tournament this Saturday. There are still some slots available for that tournament. If you're interested, just go to their website. Just Google Community Care Clinic of Dare Tournament on Facebook, and you'll find all the information you need for that. And that's pretty much the long and the short of what's happening on the Outer Banks fishing. I'm getting excited because a little cool weather gets me thinking about deer hunting, which is what I love. So anyway, have a great day. Go out there, catch some fish, be careful, and let the good Lord bless you. He loves doing that. So just be accepting, and I'll check with you tomorrow.